Hi everyone, so today myself, Maddie and Nicole will be presenting on our Multiple Sclerosis Australia fundraising sponsorship proposal. So a brief profile of our identified organisation. So we've come up with 4 possible sponsors. So the first is Boost Juice, which is one of the world's most popular juice bars. They started off in Australia in 2000 and they now own over 400 locations in 16 countries. They're very ethical company, so they're very interested in helping the environment. So they've just released the Enviro Cup, so it shows that they do adopt those sort of behaviours within their company. The second is Chemist Warehouse. So Chemist Warehouse is an Australian-owned company which operate a chain of retail pharmacies and are actually considered one of Australia's largest pharmaceutical providers. They employ over 9,500 people and have 420 locations Australia-wide. Third, we have H&M, which is actually a fast fashion brand. So they're a very large clothing brand which release regular pieces of clothing. They're very popular overseas and have recently come to Australia as well. They also have worked a lot being sponsors with other charities and foundations. Worldwide, there's 4,500 stores, and as of 2015, they hire 132,000 people worldwide. And lastly, David Jones. So David Jones is an Australian-owned upmarket department store who sell luxury cosmetics, clothing, footwear, homeware, and the company was started in 1838 and now have 45 stores Australia-wide. So our comprehensive profile of a selected organisation, we've decided to work with Chemist Warehouse. So they are part of the My Chemist group. As I touched on before, they do have 420 locations Australia-wide and employ almost 10,000 people. Their market share in comparison to other pharmaceutical providers within Australia is actually 19.7%. So out of all of the privately owned pharmaceutical businesses, they are the largest, apart from like online businesses. And they have steadily increased over the past 5 years. Previous sponsorship, Chemist Warehouse currently sponsors over 42 local sporting teams, providing equipment and funding. They sponsor the Big Morning Tea, a fundraiser for the Cancer Council, which I'm sure a lot of you would have heard of, and also various fun runs for animal rights causes, breast cancer, and the Leukemia Foundation. So a little overview. So the foundation we're working for is MS Australia. They raise money through fundraising events, so sponsorships and donations. They then use those profits to help Australians suffering with MS. Through the funds raised, MS work to provide necessary support and treatment, families who can't afford medication. Some of their really well-known fundraisers that they do is the MS Gong Ride, which is a bike ride down the coast of New South Wales. They have a limited edition lottery. They do 4 a year and they both work with Mercedes-Benz. So you buy a ticket and you go into the running to win a car of up to the value of $200,000. And their current sponsors include the New South Wales Institute of Sport, Cycling New South Wales, Oscars Hotel and Subaru. And then our funding submission is of course towards Chemist Warehouse. We're requiring sponsorship for our upcoming fundraiser, which is actually a fun run, so Run for MS. We just sort of wanted to seek aid for creating initial advertisements, land permits, runner numbers, cleanup costs, refreshments, any signage, tank tops as well. Our estimated profit is around $800,000, so we would like to get 10% funding from Chemist Warehouse, so we're looking at about $8,000 all up.
So then jumping to the marketing plan. So the communication will be a lot based on the fact that MS will be conducting this fun run as a family-friendly event. So it's really inviting to a wide range of people so that we can generate the most funds to go towards MS Australia. With most donations likely to be coming from one-time donors for the event, it will need to be enticing to a wider range of audience, not just those that are currently involved in donating to MS. We will also be needing to be flexible with the communications for the marketing of the fun run. That way it can, like I said before, reach a wider range of people also be flexible on the details for the event, because if something unforeseen happens, such as unpredictable weather conditions or a protest in the area we're wanting to hold it, it needs to be able to be moved but still have the same sort of details, so possibly just for like the next week or something. And then the images used for the communications should also not be overly content or theme heavy, as MS is a very serious subject. We do want to make sure that it doesn't seem too serious at face value, but we will provide more information if people choose to click on a link, if it's on a social or digital media platform, or provide more information under an image if it's in something such as a newsletter or something. Also having lots of fundraising things involving Chemist Warehouse, we will provide information to all our stakeholders. Then for the marketing plan, again, we will be messaging through traditional and social media channels. Like I said before, a lot of it will be done through MS's social media accounts, and also sending out a newsletter and email alerts to current people involved with MS. So then Chemist Warehouse will be incorporated into the marketing for the fundraising the fundraising event, so that way they do have some visibility throughout the event. Their logo will be placed on things such as banners lining the fun run trail, flyers that are handed out on the day and previously as part of the marketing, and just across the board they will have a logo present on all paid for advertisements. Chemist Warehouse will be clearly visible, and they will have approval of any and all changes being made to the marketing. And then jumping forward again to the investment, Chemist Warehouse, as Maddy previously touched on before, the investment will go towards setting up the event, which will include land permits, printing runners' numbers, any signage that we have throughout the event. Also help to go towards the cleanup of the event, packing up all the tables and the setup of it. Also, we would like for Chemist Warehouse to sponsor a runner. This will be done through people will sign up, and then a lucky winner will get chosen to be sponsored. And then there will also be, the money will also go towards helping to pay for refreshments, just such as water and Gatorade. And because Chemist Warehouse does stock Gatorade, this could also be just provided through stock, not just money. And so because the fundraiser is expected to raise $8,000, we will be asking for, it will be expected to raise $800,000. We're asking for $8,000 in sponsorship, because it will be expected that we will have 25 to 30,000 participants for the event. And so at the end of the fun run, we will be doing a bit of an evaluation, seeing how effective this fundraiser is, and if we choose to continue it again in the future. We will evaluate the success through a number of measures that include the number of people participating, how people donate to the event, if we get multiple people signing up to be continuous donors, not just one-time off donors, and also the spread of the event through social media, how it's mentioned, where it's mentioned, if there is any news coverage as well on it. And then all of this will be communicated to Chemist Warehouse to show the level of success that the sponsorship has participated to, and if there is a possibility for future partnerships. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.